Welcome once again to the City of Maple Grove Report. I'm Dave Kaiser from CCX Media. Thanks for joining us, along with Heidi Nelson, Maple Grove City Administrator. Welcome once again.
Thank you.
We have a record short meeting to talk about this time. It was only 60 minutes long, so we may outlast the meeting with our update here. So we'll give you some highlights from that meeting that happened on May 15th and also talk a little bit about a lot going on in the city in the coming month. To the agenda from the 15th, one item pulled from consent, and that was talking about the Lake Quality Commission. Again, give us a little background on this commission and why it was pulled out and noted.
Yeah, so very long-serving commission. It was established back in 1986, and so this was an opportunity to kind of take another look at the purpose and goals of the Lake Quality Commission. Councilmember Christy Janigo is the liaison to this, so she pulled that to talk about some of the work they did to take a look at that. Really, the work of this group focuses on the city's lakes and water quality and those types of issues there, and so needing to update also to make sure that we are, in line with current federal and state standards in terms of things that we have to comply with MS4 and those types of things. So some updates to that work plan there for the Lake Quality Commission, and good recognition for their work as we move into the summer months.
Definitely. All right, one public hearing at the meeting on the 15th, and you're going to like this if you're a shopper around Main Street and Elm Creek Boulevard. What is being discussed? Yeah,
so this is a write-in kind of right out in front of Total Wine, if you can picture that along Elm Creek Boulevard there. We have been long talking about the need to kind of take the pressure valve off some of that right turn movement or turning movements over kind of next to Nordstrom Rack. You can go left and go towards now Floor and Decor, or take a right into the Nordstrom Rack shopping center there where Total Wine is. And so this, we think, is a nice addition there. There are some changes coming for that kind of four-way stop over there with more development happening, to the east side. There likely some changes coming there, but I think this will be a nice pressure valve reliever to get people right into that parking lot right off of Elm Creek Boulevard and take some pressure off over there. So public hearing here, we are assessing portion of these costs back to Kimco, which is the property owner there of where the private improvements will be constructed. And so public hearing held on this one, and we'll continue to move through the process here, finish kind of our discussions or approvals through Hennepin County, and maybe see construction of this later this summer.
All right, keep your eye out for that. Let's move ahead now to some updates from departments. Again, that was the main business of the meeting. To community and economic development, they've got a planning commission meeting coming up on May 30th, and it looks like a busy one.
Yeah, this will make for a not so short June 5th city council meeting if everything moves through. But a couple different proposals coming before the planning commission on May 30th. We have kind of the last piece of the Silver Creek on Main development. There's a piece of land that remains between Silver Creek and then the Applewood Point project, and this will be the cottages at Silver Creek, sort of some kind of small lot kind of rental units over there that would have access to all the services within Silver Creek. And then the Arbor Lakes Business Park Phase 4, Building 8. So this is the building kind of closest out to 694, the kind of the last phase of that piece. If you drive by on 694, you can start, there's a lot of dirt moving out there in those fields, and so a lot of activity out there. And then another one just to the east of that is the Minnesota Science and Technology Center. This is a concept plan that's being brought forward by Ryan Companies and McCrossan, who are the landowners there, and so pretty exciting project aimed at bringing more industry into town, and so that'll get a concept plan review. A couple other things coming up in the world of development. We have on May 24th the Manufacturers Consortium. This is being done in conjunction with Chamber of Commerce. That'll be held at the Government Center that morning, so if there's industry folks out there that are interested, give a call up to the Government Center to get some information from our community and economic development staff about that event. A couple big groundbreaking events on Thursday, May 25th. We have the groundbreaking for Next Turn, which has been known as Project Next out there. Again, this is in the Arbor Lakes Business Park. That'll be celebrated at 11:30 that morning, and then later that day, the Magnify Credit Union will do their groundbreaking, and of course they're going on where the old Broadway pizza site was. So lots of groundbreaking activity these next couple of weeks here, with business really picking up through the city.
And one other event that is coming up, Eviction Prevention and Rental Resource Fair was mentioned. That's coming up on Saturday, May 20th. Again, give us a little background here.
Yeah, so this is the Community Mediation and Restorative Services sponsored event. It's the Eviction Prevention and Renter Resource Fair. It's being held on Saturday, May 20th, so this coming Saturday from 10 to 2, and this is going to be at the Community Center. This is a free event to the public. So it's an opportunity to come in and meet with local organizations that might be able to help you if you are in need of housing, or you are facing eviction, or just having renter type issues where you're living. Community Mediation and Restorative Services is an organization that we partner with to help folks with housing issues in the community, any type of sometimes neighborhood mediation, those types of things. And so this is kind of a partner organization for the city, and we encourage folks to reach out if they're interested in information about that. We can help out, but 10 to 2, Saturday, May 20th at the Community Center, free event for everyone.
Very good. And earlier that morning, here's an update from Public Works and Engineering. You might want to drop off some stuff you don't need anymore. It's a citywide cleanup. Tell us about this event.
Yeah, so again, Saturday, May 20th, we're hosting our semi-annual cleanup day. Residents can drop off their items from 8 to noon at Public Works on Forest View Lane. No registration is required for this, and there are some items that require payment. Payment can be made on site. Lots of information on our website about what we accept and any cost associated with that. So check that out for Saturday, May 20th from 8 to noon at Public Works.
Very good. Website is maplegrovemn.gov. We'll remind that for you later on in the program, but that's the site to go to if you have some questions. Trunk Highway 610, some talk going on about the Maple Grove Parkway intersection. Update us on that project.
Yeah, so this continues to edge along, moving towards the construction phase. So we have been working in the past couple months on securing all the right-of-way that's needed, mainly on the west side of 94, kind of out in the fields where 610 will cut across. Right. So working through that and the court process to secure that right-of-way.
All right, more to come on that as it moves along. Administrative updates, you had a couple. The session at the legislature is winding down, we think. What's Maple Grove keeping an eye on?
Yeah, lots of activity. I just got an update from our lobbyist, Ann Linchowski, this morning, and lots of activity. And I think what's still kind of hanging out there is what will be the final bonding bill. Right now, what's been put together by the House is really just a cash-only bill. I think there's been a want of some things on the Senate side in order to issue bonding. They have to have a more of a supermajority on the Senate side, which requires some Republicans to jump on and vote for that bill. So waiting to see what happens here in the final days, but just a number of things that we're watching. We have our bonding bill for the community center. We're looking for some transportation funding for 169 Elm Creek Boulevard. We have a sales tax exemption for the North Metro Regional Public Safety Training Facility. We know that's sitting in the tax bill, so I think we're sitting pretty good there. And then there's just a myriad of bills that are in the works or already on the way to the governor's desk that really impact local cities, and adult use marijuana legalization, those types of things, and what kind of local control we might have with that, and some of the paid leave bills and those types of things. In addition, PTSD and some of the changes to those programs or treatment options for law enforcement and public safety. So lots of activity during this legislative session, and I think it'll all come to a screaming end here towards the end of May 22nd. They talk about wrapping up early, maybe on Friday, but we'll see what gets done in the next few days and how Maple Grove fared in the outcome. All
right, and we'll talk about that in upcoming shows to give you the recap of what went on. Other update you had, Memorial Day is coming up. A couple notes there of the offices being closed and a special event. Yeah, so city offices will be closed on Monday, May 29th in honor of the Memorial Day holiday. And then on that day, the Maple Grove Beyond the Yellow Ribbon group, as well as the Osseo Maple Grove American Legion, are hosting a recognition event at the Veterans Memorial at Central Park, and that event will take place at noon. All right, that is your recap then. That's all it was of that meeting on May 15th. And again, the next one coming up in the early part of June. We'll give you that in just a second, but let's stick around and find out a little bit more about some things happening in the city. One more bit of business news. We've already passed along a lot. Children's Minnesota has opened a second location. Tell us about that spot.
Yeah, so their second specialty center in Maple Grove, the new specialty center, is located in the same building as their existing Partners in Pediatrics primary care clinic at the Bass Lake Center, so kind of on the southern end of the city. Children's other specialty center is located off of Elm Creek Boulevard, so wide range of services to care for children and families up here in the northwest suburbs.
All right, we passed along this note about recycling in the past couple programs. Want to make sure we remind you again, a little change in recycling drop-off in the city of Maple Grove.
Yeah, so we have had this existing recycling drop-off site at Fernbrook Lane and County Road 30, and that'll be closing permanently as of June 1st. Signage, of course, is posted at that site, letting folks know that will be a change coming to that site. And then just a reminder to folks that, you know, all of those types of items that they might have been bringing there mainly can be either disposed of in your own recycling at your home, in your recycling cart, or at the Hennepin County Drop-Off Center, kind of right on the edge of Brooklyn Park and Maple Grove. So looking to direct people to kind of either of those two things. And if you are in need of an additional recycling bin at your home, you know, that's something you can reach out to Republic Services to get as well.
All right, let's move on to talk about firefighter recruitment. Always this time of the year, an extra emphasis put on this, and you have a special meeting coming up as well.
Yeah, so informational meeting will be held on Saturday, June 3rd at 10 a.m. And this is at Fire Station 2 off of Maple Knoll Way, just north of Elm Creek Boulevard there, or I'm sorry, just north of Weaver on Elm Creek Boulevard there. So great opportunity for, you know, family members and interested individuals to come and learn from our fire staff about kind of some of the, you know, what it means to be a firefighter in Maple Grove, what the benefits are, what the training program looks like, what the time commitment might look like, also the benefits of a program there with the Maple Grove Fire Department. And we will be accepting applications through July 16th. So really encourage folks to think about that opportunity. It's a great way to give back to the community, great camaraderie within the fire department, and comes with a great pension as well. And it's not a bad little part-time, you know, side gig either. So really encourage people to think about that if that's something that would work in their life.
And again, more information on the city's website about that. Recognition weeks, we're in the midst of one right now and another coming up. First this week is National Police Week.
Yeah, so Maple Grove recognizes May 14th through the 20th as Police Week. This is a time to pay respect and homage to those officers who have given their lives in the line of duty, and this certainly continues to be a difficult topic here in Minnesota and western Wisconsin. So Town Green is lit blue during this time in that honor, and residents are encouraged to do the same with their home, the lights in front of their home. And then National Public Works Week runs from May 21 through 27. This designation recognizes the role of public works plays in our community, keeping all those essential services going with streets, water, city vehicles, machinery, and all of those types of things. So really grateful for the service of our public works crews as well.
Speaking of public works, watching the water, here's another way they do that, especially during the summer and warmer months. We have watering restrictions. They're back. Give us again an overview of what we need to think about.
Yeah, we're continuing with this program. We started it during the drought and really found that, you know, I think most communities do have watering restrictions that keep it to an odd even and certain hours of the day. We find that most lawns can survive and look real great even with that reduced watering schedule. So helps us control, you know, the demand on the volume of water. Certainly in the summer months, that demand can grow real high when there's lots of irrigation going on, and we saw a really nice decrease to that with this program. And again, you know, didn't really see a great reduction in the beautiful, you know, the beauty of the city. And so we just think this is kind of a good stewardship item for not only our, you know, our water resources, but also the cost, you know, to residents for irrigation. So again, water, you know, we restrict outdoor lawn watering to the hours between, no watering between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. So get it in those early morning hours or in the evening or overnight hours. And then odd even schedule based on your address. And so really ask for people's cooperation on this. Of course, there are some exceptions if you have, you know, new sod or seed or landscaping, those types of things, and do need you to reach out to Public Works to get that exemption. And then if you have a private well, some folks have private wells for irrigation, that type of thing. So that's sort of outside of these timing restrictions.
All right, so pay attention to that as that gets into the season right now. Photography contest, now is the time to get some pictures taken. It officially opens up a little down the road, but take pictures now, right?
Right, so June 1st, the photo contest opens up. Residents are invited to grab a camera or a phone. We see lots of great photos coming in.
Yes.
I think the phones today are often better than some of the cameras that are out there, to share life in Maple Grove through their lens. So photos are accepted through June 30th, and then just as a reminder, we do use all of those photographs in our publications, website, social media, all those types of things. So we really appreciate everybody who's out capturing all the beauty of Maple Grove.
All right, speaking of beauty in the city, there's some beauty right now at the Government Center. You've got some special artists on display.
Yeah, so we have the District 279 Art Show on display at the Government Center. It's only there through this Friday, May 19th, so kind of quick trip to the Government Center to take a look, but I had an opportunity to view much of the art yesterday, and we have some very talented folks, students here in this community, and so Government Center open, of course, during our business hours from 8 to 4:30.
Special day coming up on Monday, June 19th. That is Juneteenth, and you have a big celebration planned with a number of partners. Give us some of those details.
Yeah, so this event will take place at Town Green on Monday, June 19th from 3 to 8 p.m. The celebration includes spoken word and storytelling, live music and dance performances, Black-owned business fair, various activities, food and beverages will also be available. The event is also sponsoring a Juneteenth scholarship essay contest. So two $500 scholarships will be awarded to graduating students of color, BIPOC students from Maple Grove Osseo Senior High. And these scholarships are provided, one by the Maple Grove Lions Club and one by the Rotary Club of Maple Grove. And so great to have that community organization participation and support for this as well. So the essay contest deadline is June 1st, and details about that and applications are available through our Park and Rec department on the website.
Yeah, fantastic. So hope to see you out at the event on June 19th. It is summer coming very soon here, and that means we might get to swim. Tell us about the pool update. How are they coming along?
Yeah, so the pool will be open Memorial Day weekend for the first, and then the first weekend in June, and those hours for those weekends are noon to 6 p.m. And then starting June 9th, when school is out, the outdoor pool will be open daily from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay, and another way to get in the water is at the splash pad. What's the timing for the pad?
Yeah, so kind of the same deal. Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, the splash pad will open, and those hours are from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then that'll just be open, throughout the summer now as we go forward.
Event coming up that might get your dog out enjoying some of the fun. This is called Tails and Ales at Central Park on June 3rd. Give us a little bit of an idea of what the fun is in store.
Yeah, so Central Park June 3rd is the place for pet lovers. Parks and Rec is hosting this event, Tails and Ales. It's from 2 to 6 p.m. There will be a pet vendor show, live music, lawn games, canine demo, some recognition for Kayla, our retiring canine that day, and there will also be food, beer and other beverages available for that fun day at Central Park.
Very nice. All right, Farmers Market is underway. How did week 1 go, and what's out at the market?
Yeah, we had great weather for the first week of the market. I think a little bit of maybe some showers coming through this week, but we always are able to persevere through that as long as the weather isn't severe. So market open now every Thursday from 3 to 7 p.m. in the community center parking lot, and I know they have over 50 vendors there this year for the market. So stop on by and check out everything they have to offer.
Sounds fun. All right, one last note to get you looking a little further ahead to a favorite event in the city, and that is Chalk Fest.
Yeah.
When, where?
Yeah, so this event is coming up June 10th and 11th on Main Street. This is put on by the Maple Grove Business Association, and right on Main Street, they'll do the chalk art there. So if you haven't had an opportunity to check this out in the past, this is just really a remarkable event.
Amazing.
And the talent that's on display during this event and what they can create on the street with chalk is really quite remarkable. So hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days, and of course Saturday night if you're wandering through town, sometimes the art gets covered up because if there's rain or something expected, and but opportunity to check that out. And of course there will be food and beverage available on Main Street that event as well.
Yeah, a favorite for people throughout the area. Well, Heidi, thanks so much again for all the information here and the update of what's going on in the city. Let's leave you with information about the next meeting and also that website, which we mentioned many times. Great place for information about the city. There you see the next meeting is Monday, June 5th, 7:30 at the Government Center. maplegrovemn.gov. Again, if you want to find out more about some of the events we talked about, that firefighter recruitment and other events happening in the city, that is the place to go. For Heidi Nelson, I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us on the City of Maple Grove Report.